So, what an episode of how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. Right off the bat, guys, I do want to say I definitely do apologize for there not being a reaction this week. I did record a reaction and a full episode review, but the file got corrupted, and I didn't want to react to an episode I already saw because A, I would just not have any expressions, and B, any reactions I did have wouldn't be completely genuine because I already saw them already. So I'm not a fake YouTuber, so that's just kind of what it is. So I apologize if you're like, yo, Dom, where the heck is the reaction this week? I love your reviews. I hope so. I really do. But I want to see your reaction, so I definitely apologize. But regardless, guys, let's chat about this week's episode of how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. I could speak. I'm just kerfuffled right now. All right, so this week's episode, guys, was really focused on a couple of different situations. So the first one was about the cliffhanger that we had last week regarding our silver wolf girl. We were left off on a cliffhanger last week with her, I think her name's Tomoe, with her whispering into Souma's ear, and him immediately like, oh my God, having that moment. And that's kind of where it cut off last week. The other focus of this week's episode was all around delicacies and how it could be improved in their kingdom with them having a food shortage right now. So let's chat about that first. So the one thing that I want just to say straight up about the anime is I really love the approach that they're taking to it. Like, obviously, how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom, we already knew kind of like off the bat that the approach that they're taking here is definitely one of economical sorts, an economical fashion. But in no way, shape, or form did I think that it would have my little hamster up here kind of running in full pace. I mean, my little dude up here is doing like 20 miles while watching the anime because I'm putting all these little things that they're giving us. I'm putting them all together to form ideas, to form theories about what's going to happen next, and to just kind of comment on what I'm watching as I'm watching it. And I really love that because it is an isekai anime, but it does it in a way to where it makes you forget that it's an isekai anime because it is not yet, anyways, doing a lot of the samey tropes that a lot of the isekai animes do, especially kind of early on. Now, with speaking about the delicacy piece of it, is most of the episode, like 75% of the episode, is focused on Souma apologizing to his kingdom, saying like, hey, I am your guys' stand-in leader, and the food shortage that you guys are facing right now is in no small part to me and my failure, but I'm here to make it up. Now, he is broadcasting via magic through the whole kingdom basically like a cooking show of him trying to show his people all the different food that is available to them that they're just not consuming right now. And he's using our boy Pancho, Big Boy. He's using his knowledge of all the different delicacies that he has tasted and enjoyed throughout the lands. And he's using his knowledge to bring forth a bunch of different food options that everybody in the kingdom can have. And he shows them squid. He makes takoyaki. He shows them tree roots, like tree bark, and how to make that into a sweet and salty chips. He shows them locusts, like little grasshopper things, made in like a certain oil or paste, which is like miso and soy. Like our boy Souma, he begins crying because he tastes soy sauce, right? And he learns that, hey, soy sauce and miso are two things that he never thought he would taste again that are a part of this world, and he loses it. And ultimately, we're left off on a cliffhanger with them showing one more thing, and they cut off the episode right there. And during the episode, while I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? And it got the cliffhanger, even though it's so stupid, it got me regardless. So that was kind of like the main crux of the episode, was kind of him showing off to the kingdom. And people in his kingdom were like, oh yeah, like the fishing community was just like, oh wow, yeah, like we just caught a bunch of squid, but we normally let them go and they're trash because we don't eat them. And now he introduced them to like, hey, squid is readily available. Now you guys have another food source that you guys can eat and share and charge, and it boosts the economy, which I think is awesome. Tree bark. Everybody has freaking tree bark. You go out to the forest, you find trees and stuff, and the elves need to reduce the amount of trees in their forest anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean? Locusts. Like, how many locusts? So it's like, okay, you see how he's like putting it together. And I was like, okay, like this is dope. This is dope. I love this. The other thing that I want to comment on, and then we'll talk about the demon stuff as well, is one of the things that the anime does very, very well that I really love too is, you know how the old saying is like time goes by fast when you're having fun? Well, this episode, like literally like that cliffhanger that they left off with the one more thing, I was like not expecting it to end there, because I was thinking there was another 5 or 10 minutes left of the episode, and there wasn't. It just ended there, and I was like, oh my god, this episode went by so quick, and it was because I was enjoying it so much. And that's really the theme and my attitude going into the anime is I just really, really enjoy watching it. Now, episode 1, there was some, there's some things I was like, yo, what? Huh? Huh? They didn't finish. So as it's gone on, I've just been doing nothing but enjoying watching it each week, and it's been a pleasure to watch. So that's definitely one of the things I wanted to convey to you guys. It's just like, yo, this episode went down what felt very fast, but the reality, it was a 22, 23-minute episode, so it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Last thing we'll talk about is the Wolf Girl. So, like I said, last week we left off on the cliffhanger with our white wolf girl, which I think, like I said, I think her name's Tomoe, whispering into his ear. Well, it came to find that what she whispered into his ear was that she has the ability to speak to demons. Although she can't speak to animals, she has the ability to speak to demons, and she told them the story of the one time that she met a demon in the forest, and he let her get away because he didn't want her to get killed. Which means demons have a conscience and they can think. Souma explains to us the difference between the demons and the people, which the people include demi-humans and stuff like that. He explains the difference, and that is from a linguistic standpoint, to where all the people, demi-humans, all of them, the thing that's just been separating them, and the reason that they are just, it's a us versus them kind of thing, is they cannot communicate in any way, shape, or form. So they have no idea what the Demon Lord's intentions are. They don't know if the Demon Lord wants to destroy the Earth or destroy the world. They don't know if the Demon Lord wants to take it over. They have no idea what the demon's intentions are because they've never been able to linguistically communicate with them. And with Tomoe's new ability, or with her ability, this opens up the floodgates for them to communicate with them, to figure out what the hell do they want? What are you after? Why are you attacking us? Is it land? Is it resources? Is it just, you're just evil and this is just what you want? It opens up a bunch of avenues, which Souma goes down, and he's like, yo, we can communicate, we can negotiate, we can do this. And Aisha, the princess, she brings up like, yo, could we stop the war by negotiating with them? He's like, well, we don't know. So it just kind of opens up a lot of things. And he also educates her on the fact that if he educates her and his people around him, like, hey, we need to keep this on the DL. Because if other nations find out that there's a chance for communication to be had, there's a chance that the other nations will side with them. And, she feigns ignorance. She's like, there's no way that we would ever do that. Any of us would ever do it. Any nation would ever do it. And he educates them on, like, there is nations in my world and in other worlds who will side with the attackers because it benefits them. Either they're already evil, they already have hidden agendas against the other nations, they're with the other nations by force, not by choice. And if they can switch sides and they can communicate, negotiate, and set up terms with the other side, they will do that. So there's a lot of different avenues that it opens up, and it kind of shows us a gateway on what's going to happen next. Can he open a line of communication with the demons, and what does that mean for the nation? Obviously, his main focus right now is rebuild the kingdom, make sure that they're a powerhouse, but then what's after that? The fox girl, the wolf girl, keep calling her Fox, she's going to be a crucial part into what comes next for them. Well, guys, like I said, I love the anime, love the episode. Anime so far for me is like a 9 out of 10. I love it. I love the way it makes me think. I like the way it makes me theorize and think and be like, oh, crap, like, yeah, that's what they're doing here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me every week. Sorry that this week's episode did not include a reaction. Was not my intention at all. But like I said, file got corrupted, and here we are. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me every single week. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next week for episode number 5. We're going to have 5 on it. I'll see you guys next week for episode number 5, which will be a reaction and a review. Make sure you guys watch these videos over here too. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and like before you go. See you guys next week. Peace out, guys.